Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, and if you're new around here, I'm a mom of 3 small children, and their names are Lydia, she's 5, Eliza is 3, and Mary Jo is 8 months. Today I want to share with you something that has really helped me and my family as far as managing conflict between my older two, and as my younger one gets older, I'm pretty sure it's going to help with her as well. So this is what we call your day, or somebody's day. Liza's day, Lydia's day, whoever day it is, we call it their day. This started about 2 years ago when my second was 18 months and my oldest was 3 years. There was a lot of fighting about who got to choose a show to watch, or who got to go first, who got to help me out, who got to do whatever the thing was. There was a lot of fighting about it. So I decided to give each child a day, and that child got priority. And over time, it's since evolved, and I'll share that with you in just a minute. So here's basically how it works. There are 7 days a week, and I have, at the time, currently I have 2 children who get a day. And so I just take the first 6 days of the week and I divide it by 2, and each child gets 3 days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Lydia's day, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is Eliza's day, or Eliza's days, and Sunday is Mom and Dad's day, and we get to choose. And they really, and they understand that, and anytime someone wants to take someone else's choice or take someone's day, then we just say, okay, well, if that's the choice you want to make, you can have it, but we're gonna give your day away. And usually that will cause the child to pause and change their mind and make a different choice. So the healthy respect for your day, my day is very much happening in our house, and so that has helped reduce so much conflict. A few areas that is applicable. First, just the way it started was choosing who gets to choose what show we watch, and now it evolves around who gets to go first. If everybody's got to go to the bathroom, who gets to go first? That child gets to go first. Who gets to help me out that day? On that child's day, they are mommy's helper, and that can apply in many different situations, whether it's helping me cook or setting the table, or getting to play longer in the bathtub. That's what they get to do on that day. But then if it's not their day, then they're on cleanup crew, and that usually means helping clean up the table, putting the condiments back. We have a large dish pan that everybody puts their dishes in, kind of similar to what a busboy would use to clean up the tables in a restaurant. And so we just use one of those. Everyone puts their dishes in, and that child will carry it to the sink. Usually a grown-up will help them put it up, but they will clean up the playroom with the help of a grown-up, of course, but it's their job to clean up. They will also make sure all the dirty clothes are put in the laundry. We have one laundry bag for everyone to put their dirty clothes in, and that child will make sure that that is put away. And all this, of course, takes place in the evening. Another way that this system has been helpful is that if there is a big permanent decision to make, whoever day it is, they get to make the choice. So an example of that would be back in the fall, we started homeschooling, and I bought a 2-person table for my girls to homeschool on. And I wanted each child to have an assigned seat, if you will, because it just made it easier. Nobody fights over it. You have your chair, she has hers. That was the philosophy. And so I think on that day, I think we started on a Thursday, so I think it was Eliza's day, and Eliza got to choose which seat she wanted, and then the other one just kind of fell in line, and they've sat in the same place ever since. Another area where this might work is if we have a lot of time one morning and we decide we want to get out of the house. Well, where are we going to go? If whoever day it is, they get to choose where we go. Which park are we gonna go to? Are we gonna go to the pool? Are we gonna go to the library? What are we gonna do? They get to make that choice, and the other kid rides along with it, because eventually there will be another choice to be made on their day. And that has resolved so much conflict, let me tell you. Another way that this has been helpful for me as a parent is that I don't have to worry if I'm being fair, and my kids usually don't say you're not being fair, you choose her more. We haven't entered that. I don't know if that's going to be a thing later, but no one has said that so far, thankfully. But I think this helps cut back on the feeling of unfairness. Each child knows that they're gonna get a day to choose. They're gonna have a day of their own. They know. And something else that's very helpful, sometimes I can be a little unfair. I don't mean to. Maybe one child is having a better day and I'm just like, this child is being easier, so I'm just gonna let her choose. And the other child will remind me, but mommy, it's my day. And then I kind of have to go back and say, I'm sorry, mommy messed up. It's not your day. I have to let her choose. And so it holds me accountable and keeps that fairness going. So nobody actually feels like they're being left out or forgotten or not able to choose or getting less choices. So usually for breakfast in the morning, I will let whoever gets ready first, who's ever dressed and bed is made first, that child gets to make their breakfast first. But sometimes they both finish at the same time. And there might be a little conflict of who gets to use the toaster first or who gets to use the cereal first or what have you. And that's when I say, okay, it's Lydia's day, she gets to do it. Or it's Eliza's day, she gets to go first. Sometimes I wonder, what are we gonna do when Mary Jo gets older, or if we have other kids, when they get older, what are we gonna do with this system? And I'm starting to think that the older my children get, they'll phase out of it. It's not gonna matter as much to them because they're not really gonna be, I hate to say in competition with their sibling, but in competition with their sibling. I think as they get older, they'll have their own rhythm, their own routine that they do. Of course, it'll be part of the family routine, but they'll be on their own routine of doing it. A lot of homeschool families that I watch on YouTube, usually by the time their kids are like 7 or 8, they're already coming to breakfast at their own time. They're on their own rhythm as far as things go. And so I think my children will eventually phase out of it. But for now, assuming that I have 3 children on this system, I think the child will lose a day, because we'll still stick to the 6 days, because 3 is divisible by 6, 3 children, 6 days. Each child will then get 2 days. Now, it might seem a little unfair that the child loses a day, but I think it's a good lesson that, a good lesson in resources, and that really the more there is, the less choices you have, and sharing choices and sharing, I guess, time, and sometimes you lose a little bit of something. I think there's a lot of good lessons in there. I hope this tip is helpful for you. It's created a lot of peace in our home, reduced conflict and sibling rivalry, and created a sense of fairness that has been so helpful when we have little ones so close in age. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.